Hey guys, welcome to this thing called life. I know it's been a few days since I've been on. Um, um, Excuse the mess that I look. It's fine though. I've been having some physical issues and just dealing with some things. I know lately my channel's been kind of heavy where we discussed trigger warning, where we discussed drug abuse, um, addiction, and suicide. Well, I was looking at the Susan Powell case today. If you guys don't know who that is, you can Google her. She's been missing since 2009. They think that her husband actually unalived her. He unalived himself as well as their two children. Um, Chris Watts vibes. There still is no, they have like the suspect, the main point of the main suspect was the husband, and he unalived himself. Um, but we're going to talk about something today. Um, we are going to talk about different types of abuse. Um, and we are going to talk about reactive abuse and narcissism. Um, Let me just say there's like seven different types of abuse, and within these categories there are like different things that qualify as. So the first physical, or the first thing abuse, of course, as we all recognize, is physical. That's beating, hitting, choking, overpowering, barricading, threats of physical harm, injuring you, putting your life at risk or in danger, kicking, intimidation, destruction of property. Then there's verbal abuse, which is name calling, cussing, yelling, screaming. And there's emotional, which is saying mean or hurtful things, withholding affection, not speaking to you, ignoring you, harassing you, embarrassing you, mocking you, psychological abuse. Now, I have suffered both. Um, and I will tell you this, psychological and emotional abuse are like physical scars heal. Okay, I still have scars I could show and tell the stories from. Psychological and emotional abuse does not heal. It stays with you. It goes in the Rolodex. It goes everywhere you go. It will affect you for the rest of your life, even if you don't think it affects you. It does. Psychological abuse is lying, constant compulsive lying, which is also a sign of narcissism. Gaslighting you, which is well, it's your fault. Yeah, I did this, but it's because you did XYZ. Or, I mean, no, that's not what happened. You're crazy. You're the crazy one. That's not how that went. You're making stuff up. Gaslighting. Hiding things, withholding information, humiliation, blaming you, refuses to take ownership. Sexual, either forcing you to have sex or withholding sex if you're, married or whatever. Now, I am not making any excuses for any type of abuse whatsoever, please know. But I know personally that when you are dealing, especially with narcissism, when you are dealing with abuse constantly, it can cause reactive abuse in the victim. Um, Reactive abuse is where the victim has just taken it and taken it and taken it, whether it's psychological, emotional, physical, sexual, whatever the case is, financial. They've taken it and taken it and taken it. And then they respond finally to the cruelty or abuse, etc., with self defensive abusive behaviors. So it triggers toxic abusive behaviors um, in a self defense mode, and that's called reactive abuse. Um, the thing that I have found the most, excuse me, is I have found what can trigger reactive abuse in anybody more than anything else. In my opinion, you're entitled to your own, but in my opinion, is narcissism. Those people that are Now they've made it a disorder, a mental illness, which I don't agree necessarily. Um, there's definitely something misfiring up here to act this way, but I wouldn't consider it a mental illness, but I guess it is now, apparently. Narcissistic personality disorder. It's a mental health condition in a person that has unreasonably high sense of own importance, like nobody else's feelings matter but theirs. And as soon as you do something to hurt their feelings, they're going to crucify you, except they fail to accept ownership of their own. So, MPD, or narcissistic personality disorder, apparently now, is a mental health condition. A person has unreasonably high sense of own importance and unreasonably low sense of ownership and awareness. They lack empathy. Anything at all that they are even remotely criticized for, or even if you try to have a conversation and say, hey, I feel XYZ, this made me feel this way. Guarantee you, the quickest red flag of a narcissist, if you go to your person, if you go to your partner, if they do something foul and it makes you feel some type of way, trust me when I tell you it's going to be your fault. Okay? They have a very low sense of ownership and self awareness. They cannot accept and own the things that they do. It's your fault. It's Bill's fault. It's the neighbor's fault. It's their parents' fault. It's anybody. It's the good Lord's fault. It's anybody else's fault but their own. And they will not. They refuse to see past themselves. And that's where the lack of empathy comes in. They really do not care. They cannot feel sorry. They don't have the ability to be sorry. And if you ever catch a narcissist saying the words, I'm sorry, I apologize, I will bet everything I own that it's going to be, I'm sorry, but you, blah, blah, blah. Or, I apologize that you, blah, blah, blah. Or they will apologize, I'm sorry you feel that way. Nope, you don't get to apologize for how I feel. You need to apologize and really be sorry for what you did to cause this. I'm sorry, guys, if I sound a little heated on this conversation, it's because it's a sore spot for me and it definitely gets me heated. Narcissistic people are the hardest, worst humans on this earth to deal with, okay? It is like, it's like trying to figure out a Rubik's Cube with vegetable oil all over your hands and, super glue on the cube. It's never going to happen, okay? They are so self centered. They cannot see past the end of their own nose. And honestly, they don't want to. Because at any moment that they feel a little bit of uncomfortable, you can believe you're going to get an eruption. You're going to get anger. You're going to get temper tantrums. Grown adults will act this way. You will feel like you are in a daycare full of 4-year-olds. I promise you, that's what you're going to feel like. You cannot get a narcissist to see reality. Well, actually, their version, they have a reality, but their version of reality is so skewed from the rest of us. It's kind of like they live in rose-colored glasses, but only within themselves. Because everybody else is wrong, everybody else is inferior to them, everybody else is beneath them. No one's allowed to have feelings except them. No one is allowed to have any type of emotion whatsoever unless you're praising them, except for them. It will lead you, if you love a narcissist. Remember I said in the other video, I said something about loving a drug addict's probably going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. It might be a tie with loving a narcissist. And if you're like me, you've asked so many times, how do I How do I love this person? I'm looking real chubby today, and I'm looking like trash. Sorry, guys. You're going to question yourself. How do you love this person? Do they really love me? Well, the answer to that question is no, and it's because they are incapable. They do not possess the morals, the values, the soul that it takes to be an empathetic human being, to show sympathy of any kind, to know what true love is, much less give it or display it. And the thing is these people can be anywhere, any walk of life. They can be raised good, they can be raised bad. Whatever, they can have a whole bunch of trauma, they can have no trauma. I've seen it on all sides. Narcissists are the hardest humans to deal with. And they're so good at manipulation that, let's say you go to family Christmas, family Thanksgiving, family whatever, cookout, whatever. Your whole family, all of your friends think that this person is just absolutely amazing. And that's what they want them to think. Because, see, when they can no longer affect you personally, they start trying to make other people like question your word, question your truth. So they act like the greatest person alive around everyone else, but it's when you're at home and these other people aren't around that the narcissist rears its ugly head. And I feel like they're the greatest actors. Like man, they can manipulate you. They are smooth talkers. They will spit game like you would not believe. They will love bomb you, which is, make you think that, oh, they're so amazing. Oh, they love me more than anybody else. Look at all this affection. Look at all this trust. Look at all this crap. And I call it that. It's a load of crap, because once you fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, well, then here comes the little narcissist coming out, because now they've got you where they want you. Now they know that you love them. Now they know they can manipulate you. And it's exactly what they'll do. They will manipulate you. They will hurt you. They will cause you emotional damage, psychological damage, to progress themselves. That's all they care about. All they care about is self-preservation and self-progression. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you don't do. It's always going to be your fault, okay? It's going to be your fault the way they acted. It's going to be your fault because they compulsively lie. It's going to be your fault because they accuse you of all kinds of crap. It's going to be your fault. That's another thing, too. Accusations. If you will listen when a narcissist is accusing you of things, they're telling their story. They're telling their truth. It's another covert, slick, manipulative way that they feel not as bad about themselves. So let's say your narcissist accuses you of randomness, okay? Well, you said this or you did that, and that's not even the case. That's not what happened. That's not what was said. If you will listen to a narcissist, just listen to what they say. Listen to what they say when they're yelling at you, when they're accusing you of things more than anything. Listen to what they say, because they will always unconsciously tell their truth. So if they are accusing you, my eyebrow is itching. If they are accusing you of things, just know that it is things that they're doing. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so if I pause this, it's because I'm, smoking, and then I'll come back to you. If you hear my son talking, sorry. Um, he's an excited little dude. He graduates Friday, so he's excited. The last of my babies is graduating. Anyway, you will never listen. The best thing you can do is what they call gray rocking. Gray rock a narcissist. Quit responding. And I saw something the other day that this lady was talking about how to deal with narcissistic people when they're doing their mess, just look at them. It's called the 5 blink method. Okay, so you're going to look at them when they're talking, when they're running their gators, all the things they do. You're going to go, one, and you're going to concentrate on blinking. Okay, so it's going to look like this. That's what you do. And it will confuse them. They don't know how to react to that. It will absolutely confuse them because they're not going to understand why you're just staring at them. So what you got to do is you got to find it within yourself. Don't react. When they are pushing your buttons, when they are acting like they ain't got a bit of sense and no reason, do not react because that's what they want you to do so they can be the victim. Sorry, I got to keep pausing. I'm really stressed out, so I'm really smoking a lot today. Um, my voice is crazy. Um, you're never going to win with a narcissist, ever. They don't care what tricks they pull, what lies they tell, what lives they destroy, as long as they come out looking like the victor. They do not care. The winner and the victim, they don't care. As long as they come out on one of those two sides, they don't care who they drag down in the process. Doesn't matter if you're their mama, their daddy, their sister, their brother, their wife, their husband, it doesn't matter. You are not, nor will you ever be, as important to them as they are to themselves. It's such a disgusting personality flaw. That's what we're going to call it. And I feel like as an adult, you choose how you act. You know, people fall back on this. Well, I've got this, or I've got. As an adult, you can no longer blame anybody else for the way you act except yourself. Nobody else but you. So you need to learn how to take your own responsibility and your own ownership. And when I say you guys, I'm not being in general. I'm talking about these narcissistic folks who just try to destroy people's mentality and their psychological mental health. And it's exactly what they do. Because the weaker they can get you, the more they can control you. It's just what it is. So, you know, you can beg, you can try, you can do everything, all the things to try to get them to understand you, to see your point, or whatever. It's never going to happen, guys. Um, it's not going to happen because the honest truth is they don't care about you, how you feel, what they do that makes you feel a certain way, and it's always going to be your fault when they lie to your face all the time. When, you know, you have to put up with the accusations, with the lying, with the doing shady mess, it's going to be your fault. So just prepare yourself for that. It's going to be your fault. Guys, listen. You have got to love yourself enough that you get to a point. Okay. Sorry, my son keeps coming in here. There's going to have to come a day, guys, that you're going to have to be stronger than your narcissist. You're just going to have to be. Because you're going to have to realize no amount of begging, no amount of anything, crying, what it's not, they're not going to change because they don't even see the error of their ways. They don't see the foulness and the flaws because they're too busy pointing yours out and blaming you for everything under the sun. If I was responsible for as much things as some people think I am, I would be rich. I'd win the lottery or something. Like, you're going to get tired of it eventually. You're going to try, you're going to get to where you've cried, you've begged, you've tried gray rocking, you've tried 5 blinks, you've done everything you think you can do, except for find yourself again, love yourself again, and rise above that. Okay? Don't give the narcissist any more control. Don't give them, don't, like when you go to the zoo, it says don't feed the animals, don't feed the narcissist. Okay? Don't feed them. Um, and like I said, Look out for when you try to address anything at all. You have feelings about anything, they make it an argument. They make it ugly. They make it about them. They start being nasty because all they know is anger. Um, look for, like I said, look for the fact that you're not allowed to have feelings about anything because it's an argument to them, because any type of criticism, they will explode like babies and have temper tantrums, I promise you. Look for compulsive lying over everything, things big and small. Lying, manipulation, blame shifting. Look for when they do something that upsets you, or that they know that they're wrong for it. Maybe they don't know they're wrong for it, but in reality, everybody else knows it, and they refuse to take ownership. And instead, it's your fault. Look for these things, guys. When you start seeing these red flags, it ain't a carnival, okay? It's not a jump house. It's not fun times. Get out of there. Get out of there. Don't stay stuck in that. You're going to have to love yourself the way you've been begging your narcissist to love you. Seriously. Guys, be safe, okay? Protect you and yours. Protect your feelings. They don't have to be important to your narcissist or anybody else, but you need to matter to yourself, okay? Set your boundaries. Don't let them cross them. When you've done all the techniques and nothing works, then you need to go. Um, because it's going to destroy your mental health. It's going to destroy you psychologically. I look at it as psychological warfare, okay? Do not let them win. By staying, by accepting the behavior, you are allowing them to win. Which, just like I said, don't feed the narcissist. When you do that, their ego rises, their self importance rises. It just gets worse and worse. Keep your energy to yourself. Don't give it. Don't even respond. Just, you know, just don't. When they're trying to light your fire and gaslighting you and winding you up, just don't respond. Just do what you're doing. Go on with your day. Don't allow them to have that control. Be safe, guys. I love you guys. I know I'm going to do a show here on the Summer Wells case once again, because I'm sure you guys have heard me say she's literally like 40 minutes from me. And as you guys know, the 2 year, I don't even want to say anniversary because that means like a celebration, but like 2 years is coming up June 15th. And we still have no leads. I do know that there's going to be a meeting. People are going to get together over there at Warrior Path State Park on the 15th for Summer's Day. Um, I don't know that I'll make it out there with them. I am going to go to Rogersville that day, absolutely. I just don't know that I'll be with the group that's going. I might be, I'm not sure. Um, I'm also going to do an episode on David McAfee. He is originally from the Maryville, Alcoa, Tennessee area. However, he went missing from Jefferson County, Tennessee, which is my hometown actually, which is honestly now about 45 minutes away from where I live now. Um, there's no leads there either, but I'm gonna work on that some. I'm gonna pull some cards and ask the rods some questions. I'm gonna meditate a little bit. Um, but yeah, guys, let's not forget Summer. It's been 2 years. This baby needs to come home. If anybody locally here or anybody really knows David knows the whereabouts of or what happened to David McAfee, he has been missing since October 28th, 2022. Please get with me or call your local sheriff's department, or you can call Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, or you can call TBI Find. If you prefer to stay anonymous, please reach out to me. That's completely fine. I'll get the information where it needs to go. Same thing with Summer. If you know anything about Summer, if you've heard anything, if you think you've seen her, no matter how big, how small, no matter how irrelevant you might think it is, if you have seen anything, heard anything, feel free to reach out to me. My email is ambermarsh927 at icloud.com. Also, if you go to my link on my YouTube that says to book with me, you can contact me there also. That's my website that I have where I do bookings to officiate weddings because I am an ordained minister, and where I book for readings. So, again, if you know where Summer Wells, something's wrong with my voice, or David McAfee is, please reach out to me, reach out to local sheriff's department, call TBI Find. If you reach out to me, we'll definitely get in touch with the correct people for you. Be kind, guys. Please be kind. Know your worth and love yourself. Love each other, but also love yourself. Have a great day. Like I said, I'll be back on probably later to do some readings, about David and just some other stuff. But I love you guys. Be kind, protect yourselves. Don't be ugly people. Okay, just don't be ugly, nasty people. If you have hurt someone, if you have failed someone, be an adult, take ownership and apologize for it and change. Because the best apology is change. Words mean nothing when there's no actions. So remember that. And I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for listening, and I will let you guys know when I'm live later. Have a great day, guys.